To the show for today. You are watching Perspectives, and I am host Alana McLaughlin. This morning I have Courtney Buchanan, known as Lil Timme, here discussing his background, his education, his early career, his career experiences, and ultimately the impact that he seeks to leave on Nashville through his music. I want to thank you for just joining me this morning.
I want to thank you for having me. I'm totally excited.
Woo!
For real. It's crazy.
Yes. And we just met like a couple days ago,
Yep.
which is like even more fun.
Yep. It was like, oh, there's Elena. That's the person I'm meeting with. Yeah, it's cool. I love it.
To get this ball rolling,
Okay.
I'd like to start off talking about baby Courtney years. Kind of
Okay.
set up, think of as tiny as you can go. Tiny.
Baby Courtney.
Set it up for me.
So born in 1979, Nashville, Tennessee. I would call myself an 80s baby in Antioch, Tennessee, Haywood Lane, exit 57.
Yes.
Past that, my mom and dad were always in the house. My mom is in the church crazy.
Yes.
Put me in the church crazy. My dad was a hustler from the streets, one of the greatest car salesmen I've ever known. So you take that mix of church and hustle and voila, you got who I'm standing here looking at right now.
Now take me through some of the schools that you attended
Okay.
kind of throughout your matriculation.
Cole School,
Uh-huh.
elementary,
Okay.
Carter Lawrence,
Uh-huh.
Apollo,
Uh-huh.
Antioch High School.
Yeah.
Then my mom was like, nah, you getting in too much trouble. I can't see you enough. She moved me to Hillsborough.
Yeah.
Ended up not graduating from Hillsborough. I ended up getting my GED, real life, in the jail.
Phew. And I mean, this is the perfect kind of transition into, I mean, tell me about your adolescent years and how.
I was bad.
Yeah.
I was bad. I was, the reason why I'm in music right now is because I was bad. You know, my mama said, I got to give him something to do outside these because his mind is not thinking about other. And so when she got me into that music, it was like, okay, I like that. And I still was bad. But it was like you take that away. You can't go to music lessons this week. I'm gonna be good. You can't sing in the choir this week. You can't play the piano for the church this week. I'm gonna be good. So there was little stepping stones that got me to the situation where I was able to see that, okay, if I do this, I can go play music. If I do this, I can go play football. If I do this, I can go play basketball. One of my childhood friends been with me, he's here with me today, but since the 3rd grade, me and him have known each other, and we were both bad.
Now, when you say bad, do you mean like you were hyperactive?
No.
Hard-headed? Disobedient?
All that. All that.
You tell me about it, because bad is.
Bad is a big broad range, but just doing little things that you ain't supposed to do as an adolescent.
Yes,
then
sir.
you know what's right and wrong by the time you get 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yes, sir.
You know what's right and wrong. And if you coming home getting a whooping every other day, you done did something wrong.
Yes, sir.
I was getting that tail spanked, you know? So it was, and that stuff created who I am today.
Yes, sir.
That stuff created the character that I am today, you know?
sir.
Being bad made me know I don't need to be bad no more.
You're right.
At a certain extent. So that's how that went. It was love, it was strict love, it was stern love. My mom and my dad loved each other all my life. My dad passed away in 2000 once I was grown, but all I known was mom and dad in the house taking care of the family. That's all I knew.
Yeah. And do you think that's kind of reflected in your music today?
Absolutely.
Yes,
sir. You know, you lead with love.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people weren't raised with love.
Yes, sir.
You dig? And so they lead with strife.
Yes, sir.
Or they lead with agony, or I lead with love. And I was raised on love. And so if there's ever a moment where I think something's going bad, I say, hey man, love always prevails. If
Yes,
you
sir.
get back to the love angle
Yes, sir.
of life, you're gonna prevail in whatever you're trying to do. The reason being is because love is what God is.
Yes, sir.
You dig?
Yes, sir.
And if you faith-based, I know everybody ain't faith-based, but I don't think you have to be religious
Yes, sir.
to love God.
You're right.
You dig?
Yes, sir.
And so I'm not so religious, but I'm very, very spiritual.
Yes, sir.
And it's about connection. I connected with Alana, and you seen me the first time. It's like we known each other for a long time.
Yes, sir.
I connected with you when I seen your advertisement. Like, yo, you want to be on a good show? Somebody that's talking good knowledge. I looked all the way through it. I like her. She's vibrant. She's witty. She's got good stuff going on. And so it was a vibe. And then when I seen you on Sunday at the place where I performed at Bridgestone Arena, I was like, oh, that's Alana right there. And you were like, oh, Lil Timme is so nice. And I was like, she knows me. So it is what it is.
We're going to pick back up on this conversation. You see, I'm reaching for you.
Yeah.
In our second and third segments,
Yeah.
we're going to continue just talking about who
Okay.
you are, building up this career. We're going to
Okay.
talk about current work, ways that people can support you, and why
Okay.
people should support you.
Absolutely.
I encourage our viewers to tune into the second segment of Perspectives, where Courtney and I will return to discuss his background, his career, the impact that he seeks to leave on Nashville, and more. The second segment of the show for today. For viewers just tuning in, I am host Alana McLaughlin. You are watching Perspectives. This morning I have Courtney Buchanan here discussing his music, his early life, his background, his career, and ultimately the impact that he seeks to leave on Nashville communities through his work. In our first segment, we set up Mr. Buchanan's early life. We just set up just some of his experiences all across town, mainly in Antioch, Tennessee, and we just kind of set up what life looked like for Mr. Buchanan just kind of at that early age. And we're picking back up in this conversation. We're picking right back up around about high school era. We're talking about just some of the experiences that Mr. Buchanan had that have shaped him, and ultimately we're leading up to talk about his current career and ways that we can and should support him. We're coming right back in.
Okay.
High school.
High school.
I know that you started at Antioch High School.
Started in Antioch. Got in trouble one day. Stole my brother's truck. Went joyriding. Went to school to get lunch. The truancy officer pulled us over. Mama was like, nah, dude, you got to come on out here to Hillsborough. So she was driving me to school every day. I get to school, go in, get on the city bus, ride to my grandmama's house out East Nashville. And, you know, that was every day for about a year and a half, 2 years until I got my license. And, you know, it felt like I was being good. But what I had learned is how to cover up being bad.
Yeah.
You did? And so, you know, got them license. Hillsborough changed my life.
Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna lie to you, because I got into a program called the Sophisticats, the Hillsborough Sophisticats, which is a worldwide singing and dancing group. And it was led by a lady named Bobby Jean Frost, and I think Bobby is still alive. And that thing took me all over the world. That thing took me to London. I was a headliner on Trafalgar Square. It took me to New York. I was headliner in Manhattan. And it also took me to Jamaica, where we headlined the Carnival Cruise Line for 7 days. And so it changed my life because they also had studio.
Yeah.
Victor Gabbani was the teacher. That's where I ended up meeting classic producer Fate Eastwood. I don't know if you know him or not. I met... there's so many music people that came out of Hillsborough, and it was such an international school. And
Yes.
so it led me to everything else that, you know, getting out of school, I met this person, and, you know, ultimately didn't graduate from high school because I was still bad. I got into a little situation. I was the first I got to hook up. I ain't gonna tell that whole story. I was the first I got to hook up. For real. And people that know that story, real life know that story. And got in some trouble and didn't end up graduating, got out of school, got in trouble for a little thing like possession of marijuana up under a half ounce, you know. Got violated on probation, had to go to jail for 4.5 months. During that 4.5 months, I figured out, I was like, well, I don't got a high school diploma. That might work. I need a high school diploma. Took the test, aced it. Like, first time. I was smart, but I was stupid at the same time.
Yes,
you know?
sir. Yes,
you
sir.
can be smart, so smart that you're stupid. You think you can outthink your company or
Yes,
your people
sir.
that are around you. And, you know, it didn't work. So it caught up with me. I just got smarter as it kept going. Let's get the GED. Got the GED, and the GED led me to being able to do other things. It's like, you know, you think that little paper is not going to do nothing. Well, what that little piece of paper teaches you is you know how to learn.
Yes,
and it
sir.
tells other people that you know how
Yes.
to finish.
Yes.
If you can't finish, why I'm going to start you?
Yes.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Also, practice is repeated exposure to a weakness no longer exists.
Yes, sir.
I just learned that about 5 years ago. But I see now that I was practicing all the way to get to this point.
Yes.
You dig? And being in front of big churches and being in front of big crowds and, you know, all prepared me to be in front of 20,000 people at the Bridgestone Arena.
Yes.
So
Courtney, before we go any further, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I just have to know, how did you maintain just kind of your positive spirit and your faith during those 4.5 months?
my mama.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. She prayed for me every day. And you know, you hate to be somewhere where you don't want to be.
Yes, sir.
You know, them breakfasts, it wasn't nothing but one good meal in jail, and that was Sunday, and that was the chicken. And the only reason I knew it was good because I went down to the kitchen to cook the chicken.
Yes,
so I
sir.
know that they was cooking the chicken. That was the only good meal. 4.5 months of Sundays while I was waiting on the chicken meal. I told myself that day when I got, it was September 11th, 1999.
Yes, sir.
I'm never going back to jail again.
Yes, sir.
And I've never been back.
Yes, sir. Woo! Talk about standing on business.
Yeah, standing on business right there.
Now take me through, you've just been, well, not just been released, you're now released, you have this GED. Take me through what life is looking like for you in these early 2000s.
I started knocking on doors. I started doing landscaping and trying to figure out some work.
Okay.
You know, so I started knocking on doors and ended up making a lawn care and landscaping company that withstood me. Like, it was a great company, and ended up selling that company to a guy and moved to Florida. I was married. I got married in like 2009. Got divorced in like 2006. You know, life sometimes don't work.
Yes, sir.
It just is what it is.
Right.
Me and that person are best friends now. We're pretty good friends. And 16, got the divorce. 18, moved back home with my mom.
Yeah.
Happens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 20, moved to Winston-Salem, North Carolina.
Okay. Why North Carolina?
The company that I decided to go work for, which was the Guitar Center, that's where they wanted to start me at.
Yes, sir.
And I went to the top of the company. I was the #1 top dog in the company.
Yeah.
I can't say a lot of what happened in the aftermath because we got kind of a gag agreement.
That's all right.
But ended up coming back from California.
Okay. How did you get from North Carolina to California?
I went from the bottom to the top of the company.
Oh, yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? I was the manager at the Charleston Guitar Center.
Yes, sir.
And ended up the manager at the Hollywood Guitar Center.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the #1 guitar center in the country.
Yes, sir.
And so, not with them anymore. Drove back to Nashville. Got an Airbnb business going on. Got a car service business going on. I was free, financially free. And I said, I want to live my dream. I want to go do music for real. Like,
yes, sir.
I had never done it 100% of the way.
Yes, sir.
It's always been 50% here and go to work. It's always been 25% here and go to work. It's never been even 75% all music.
Yes, sir.
So now it's 100% all music, and I can tell the difference in a year. I've been right now I'm on tour with Project Pat. I've also done the Bridgestone Arena. I've done the biggest arena in New Orleans. I've done the biggest arena in Houston. And I'm telling you, like, once you put your mind to something where you're going to do it at 100%, there's no stopping you. And even if you got to go do it by yourself. I listened to something the other day. It said,
I want you to tell me that in our final segment. I want you to say, I see you cooking. I want you to say that good thought. So we're going to save that for that final segment. And I encourage viewers, I mean, you see Courtney's cooking right here. I don't have to tell you to tune back into this, but I encourage you all to tune into the final segment of this episode where Courtney Buchanan will be discussing his career, his life, his work, and the impact that he seeks to leave on Nashville. Welcome to the final segment of the show for today. For viewers just tuning in, I am host Alana McLaughlin. You are watching Perspectives. This morning on the show, I've had Courtney Buchanan here discussing his background, his career, his why, and just some of the experiences that have shaped him. In our first two segments, Buchanan, known as Lil Timme, we've just discussed just kind of where he's from, some of the experiences in both music and just kind of in life that he has had that have shaped him. And we're coming back in this final segment to talk about current career. In our second segment, Timme just left off with just talking about how he's never kind of been afforded the opportunity to kind of go full force with his music and with his art. We've talked about working day jobs, working 9-to-5s, and about this last segment of the show, we're just going to talk about finally having the privilege to be able to work on your art and your creativity day in and day out. We're coming right back in.
Right back.
Right back.
I love it.
What's in your hand?
I want to give you something.
Okay.
We got gifts for Atlanta.
Hey.
So, first of all, I'm sponsored by BC Bullies. And BC Bullies stands for Benevolent Unlearners Living Life YOLO zealously. Okay.
I love that.
Yeah, and so this is yours. This is an exclusive. This is like a one of. You got the 57 record Bullies Joint. That's for you.
Thank you.
And this is the current album that I have out. You can read it. Lil Timme Pressure Volume 2. The name of the album, For the Street.
Okay.
This is a small.
Okay.
When I met you on Sunday, I felt like that was a small for you. Can I show it to the camera?
You can show it to the camera. Yay!
So y'all go check out Lil Timme Pressure Volume 2 For the Street. It's out now and it's doing numbers. This is for you.
Thank you. Now tell me about this project.
This project or the next project coming up?
Both. Start with this one.
Lil Timme Pressure Volume 2. I'm right out the hat. I released Pressure in April of 24.
Okay.
Came back to Nashville May of 24.
Okay.
I hadn't been doing music. That album's old. That album, that Pressure Volume 1 album's old. It was 5 years old.
Yes, sir.
I said, I need new, if I'm gonna do music, I need new music.
Yes, sir.
Got with Sam Rothstein over in Diamond Studios and made the album. He ain't charged me too much money, $500 for 10 tracks. It ended up being 13. And we did the tracks, mixed, mastered, produced them, put it out. Bam, it goes crazy. Yes. I mean, it's some hit songs on there. Timmy Clap is a hit song. Nothing You Can Do About It is a hit song. What Up, Though? Shouts out to Detroit. Those are the 3 biggest boys on there. Yes. And it's doing numbers. Like I said, it's doing numbers. Yes. Off of the album, started creating singles, got with Fate, like I said, got with a couple of BC the producer. These are Nashville-based producers. Got with those guys, started working with some people. Got with Two Library. Yeah. Two Library and my dog. Got with Young Buck. Yeah. And we all just started, working and putting stuff together. Yes, it's a real live thing. It's an everyday process to do music the way, if you want to be on the TV. Yes, sir. If you want to be at Bridgestone. Yes, sir. If you want to be, you have to, and it's not cheap. So you gotta have some passive income. Yes, sir. Got into the Airbnb business. I even Uber sometimes. Hey. I mean, whatever I can make $1,000 a week, $1,000 a week leg of income. Yes, sir. That's what I'm doing. Yes, and sir. You gotta realize once you find out that the money is an anomaly. Yes, sir. And you can play with it like Monopoly. Yeah. Once you realize that. Oh yeah. And you get your weight up, it all works. You're right. It all works. You're cooking with grease, Timmy. You're cooking with grease. I want to talk about just some of the experiences that you've had over the course of just finally being able to spend like kind of day in, day out working on this creativity. You've mentioned Bridgestone, and I got to see you at Bridgestone. You were a witness of that, yeah. So I want to start with that. Okay. Tell me about even just booking this venue. Tell me who it was for. Tell me everything. Act like I didn't even go. Okay, so 85 South. I have an inside connect with somebody I had made a connection with. I'm not gonna give her name up, but she knows I love her. Okay. I worked at the Exit Inn. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And she went from the Exit Inn to being like their production manager. Okay. And she called me like, "Yo, I'm in town. You want to do it? I'm here. Let's do it." I was like, "I'm pulling up." Yeah. Straight up. And she was like, "Yeah, you're curated talent. I want you to come up here, show them what you got." Man, I went up there, I did big crowds. I think the biggest crowd I've done is 12,000, but it was 20,000 people in there the other night. And I was like, when I said, "What up, Cashville?" I was like, "Oh, okay." I know. That's a different vision. Let's go. Let's go. Turn it on. How did it feel, man? It felt good. It was energized. Yeah. You know, I oftentimes do not get too excited. Yes, sir. Because if my excitement is up here, by the time I get on the stage, I'm dead. Yeah. I'm just gonna fall out and die. Yeah. So oftentimes don't get too excited. I was a little excited, butterflies a little bit. Oh yeah. And when I seen the people, it was cool. I just had to hear the music. Once I heard the music, it calmed down and we could go. Yeah. It was natural. Now, are you an 85 South fan naturally? I like DC Young Fly. Yeah. That's my dog. I like Chico. I didn't really know too much about Carlos, but after seeing them all together, yeah, I'm a fan. Yeah. I went and followed. I went and did all this. Yeah. Now, see, I kind of grew up in the Wild and Out era. Okay. And so that's kind of how I got familiar. Absolutely. When they started 85 South, I was like, whoa. Yeah, yeah. So the reason that I was there was on media. I submitted a media request. I was able to kind of perform interviews backstage. Yeah, yeah. And just like you said, the butterflies, that feeling was crazy. Absolutely. And being able to see you and Sania and just other local artists, and I felt like home. Yeah, me and Sania working together together. That's my homegirl. I wrote a song for her. Y'all better get ready for that, Jack. I'm talking about it is gonna be so crazy. And I got a lot of stuff going on. Hustleology, Pressure Volume 3, Hustleology. The album's releasing January 26th.
Yes.
We're having an album release party January 24th. I need to see everybody in Nashville in the building. Everybody in Nashville in the building. Like, the way that we can support each other is to just support each other.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Like, if you coming out, come out.
Yes, sir.
You know, like if you're not coming out, oh well, you missed it. Your fault.
Sir.
I think that it's far gone from the time where we have to go somewhere else.
Yes, sir.
And this is just Nashville.
Uh-huh.
When I lived in Tampa, Florida, I could say, hey, I'm going to be here, and the people show up. When I lived in Charlotte, I could say I'm going to be here, the people show up. It's only in Nashville.
Yes,
we got to change that perspective.
Yes, sir.
We got it. We own 0% of the wealth.
Yes, sir.
You dig what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We got to change that perspective.
Yes, sir.
We got to get the wealth. The way that we get the wealth is community engagement.
Yes, sir.
And getting with each other.
Yes.
If you up, bring the next one up with you.
Yes.
We ain't trying to get your money.
I don't know.
It's
enough to go around.
It's enough money, man. And I see that. It's like,
yes, sir.
Man, when you see like these artists making $20,000 a show,
yes, sir.
I mean, I'm telling you, if we just do what we're supposed to do and support each other, there's enough money in the rap industry and the music industry that we could support each other and all get up.
Yes, and our kids, and their kids too.
In California, Nipsey Hussle did it in Compton.
Yes. By
itself.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It wasn't until Nipsey almost died where the whole country learned about him.
Yep.
If you can do it in your city, why can't you do it? Like, so we're working on that. I'm working on community engagement. I'm working on being everywhere. When you turn around, oh, there go Timme.
Oh, like, there Timme.
There Timme. You know what I'm saying? The 57 records, the logos, the shirts. I'm putting them on everybody for free. I'm going about $2,000 worth of shirts and giving them away. I want to sell them. I do. But
you gotta do the legwork.
I gotta do the legwork.
Yeah.
Let me get it on the liner.
Yeah.
So when somebody see it on the liner, it's like, oh, how I get one of them? Or how I get the BC Bully hat? How I get the, you know? And so those are the things that you gotta do. You gotta be in the people's face, and you got to make a good product.
Yes.
And we got to stop lying to people.
Yes, sir.
About, hey, your product's good, and it's not.
Be honest.
Be honest about it, man. If your product ain't good, your product ain't good.
Courtney, use this last about minute of this segment. Plug yourself in. Plug in upcoming events, social medias, websites, everything. Okay,
so Lil Timme, L-I-L-T-I-M-M-E. That's what I need everybody to get. It's not a Y on that. It's not a I-E. L-I-L-T-I-M-M-E. Tim is me.
Tim is me. I love that.
You know what I'm saying? Tim is me. Timme.
That's streaming platform, social media,
everywhere.
everything.
Google me.
Google you. Lil Timme. That's it.
You're going to find everything. I got a website, 57records.com.
Thank you, Courtney. Thank you. And to my viewers, thank you for the opportunity to just share one more perspective, to share the stories that matter most to Nashville. Good morning.